The first 3 seconds of emotion decide your entire day. Stoics mastered those 3 seconds, and by the end of this video, you will too. Think about how your mornings usually start. Sometimes you wake up feeling okay, not incredible, but steady enough. And then it happens. You see a message that feels off, a short reply, a sudden shift in tone, a scene with no answer, a notification that hits a part of you that still remembers being hurt. Your chest tightens before you even think. Something inside you reacts faster than your mind can form a full sentence. Or maybe you're getting ready and accidentally spill something. You sigh louder than necessary. You feel a flash of irritation that seems bigger than the mistake. Or you open social media and see something that makes you feel behind, unprepared, or not enough. Or maybe you're walking into work, and the moment you see someone's expression, your mood changes without permission. Their energy shifts your energy. Their mood becomes your mood. Their tension becomes yours. These moments happen so fast that you sometimes don't even realize they controlled your day, until it's already halfway gone. And the reason is simple. Your emotional brain moves faster than your thinking brain, 5 times faster. That's why you react before you understand. That's why panic shows up before clarity. That's why you regret things after the emotion has already run its course. But here's the part most people never learn. Those seconds can be trained. You can slow them down. You can create space between the emotion and the reaction. You can control your response before the response controls you. And when you learn this, you don't become emotionless. You become clear. This video is a guide for the version of you who wants to stay steady in the exact moments that usually break you. Let's start building your emotional armor. Most emotional pain doesn't come from events themselves. It comes from trying to control things that don't belong to you. You know the feeling, you're waiting for someone to reply. 10 minutes pass, then 20, then an hour. You refresh the chat, even though you know they haven't opened it. Your brain starts creating stories. Maybe they're upset, maybe you said something wrong, maybe something changed. Meanwhile, the reality might be as simple as they're busy, distracted, tired, or they just forgot. But your mind fills the silence with fear. Or maybe you're dealing with someone who reacts emotionally to everything. You try to manage their mood. You adjust how you speak. You walk around their feelings like you're stepping over glass. Their emotional storms become your responsibility. You carry weight that was never yours. Or maybe you're planning your day. Everything is organized, everything is lined up neatly. But life doesn't follow your checklist. Something shifts. Someone makes a mistake. A plan collapses. Your mind wants to force the world back into your expectations. But no matter how hard you try, the world is not listening. Stoic thinking teaches you to separate what is yours from what is not. You can't force people to act how you hope they will. You can't hold your peace hostage to someone's reply, tone, or mood. You can't control the randomness of life. But you can control the meaning you give the moment. You can control how you stand inside the chaos. You can control how much power you allow situations to have over your emotional state. The day becomes easier the moment you stop asking the world to be predictable and start asking yourself to be adaptable. But even when you understand this, emotions still hit quickly, especially the ones you didn't expect. That's where the Stoic pause becomes powerful. Let's look at real-life moments that shake you. You're talking to someone and suddenly the conversation shifts. Maybe they sound sharper than usual. Maybe they bring up something uncomfortable. Maybe their tone hits you the wrong way. Without warning, your body reacts. Your stomach tightens, your mind jumps, you want to defend yourself. Or someone delivers criticism in a room full of people. You feel heat rush to your face. Your instinct is to protect yourself, to speak quickly, to escape the discomfort before it grows. Or you receive unexpected news about work, about a relationship, about money, and you feel the emotional impact immediately. Your breath changes. Your heart speeds up. Your thoughts race ahead of your understanding. In these moments, most people react instantly. The emotion speaks first, and rationality arrives late. Stoics practice something simple but powerful: the pause. It might be one slow breath before speaking, a silent moment before replying, a small mental step back before letting emotion choose the next move. The pause is not weakness, it is self-respect. It is the moment where you remind yourself that your mind is not a puppet controlled by every feeling that walks in. In that brief space, something important happens. You remember your options. You remember who you want to be. You remember that you don't have to match someone else's tone just because it triggered you. The pause gives you back yourself. If this is helping you stay steady, tap like and subscribe. It helps Stickology World reach more people who need this clarity. But even a pause won't fully protect you from moments that surprise you. Stoics used another tool, preparation. Every day brings unpredictability. You can do everything right and still experience a moment that feels wrong. And the people who suffer the most are usually the ones who expected things to go perfectly. Think about how much stress comes from surprise, a sudden problem at work, a plan falling apart, someone's unexpected attitude, a message that hits harder than you expected. The problem isn't always the moment, it's the shock. Stoics remove the shock by preparing their mind for reality. Imagine starting your day knowing that someone might disappoint you, someone might misunderstand you, someone might ignore a message, someone might speak without thinking. Traffic might be slow, people might be in their own world, not yours. When these things happen, you don't collapse emotionally. You're already grounded. You already expected life to have rough edges. So when the edges appear, you move with them instead of getting cut by them. Preparation doesn't make you pessimistic. It makes you resilient. It allows you to stay calm in a world that doesn't follow your script. But the biggest storms aren't always external. Many rise inside you, and Stoics learned how to handle those too. There are days when emotion hits so strongly that it changes how you see yourself. Someone makes a comment, and suddenly you feel inadequate. Someone forgets something important, and suddenly you feel unimportant. One moment makes you question your worth. This happens because you merge with the emotion. You don't just feel sadness, you become sadness. You don't just feel insecurity, you become insecurity. You don't just feel anger, you become anger. But emotions aren't meant to define you. They're meant to pass through you. Stoics practiced emotional distance, not emotional suppression, emotional space. When anger rose, they treated it like a message, not an identity. When fear appeared, they watched it from a distance, allowing it to move without letting it take control. When sadness came, they acknowledged it, but didn't let it rewrite their entire self-image. Imagine standing at a bus stop and watching buses pass. You don't have to get on every bus that arrives. Some buses take you places you're not meant to go. Emotions are the same. They arrive, but you choose whether to board them. When you treat your emotions as visitors instead of rulers, they lose their power to take over your entire day. But even emotional distance has to be trained. And Stoics trained their mind daily. Most people only work on emotional control when everything is already falling apart. But Stoics understood that emotional strength isn't built in chaos. It's built in the quiet. Think about your normal day. There are dozens of small moments where your mind drifts into frustration, worry, or impatience. These are the perfect training moments. You're waiting in a line and feel irritation rising? That's training. You feel tempted to react instantly to a message. That's training. Someone says something slightly triggering. That's training. You're losing patience during a busy day. That's training. You feel insecure for no clear reason. That's training. Stoics practiced noticing these small moments and choosing not to let them take over. They practiced breathing through irritation instead of feeding it. They practiced returning to the present instead of living inside their assumptions. They practiced letting go of small emotional ripples so bigger waves didn't drown them. Tiny habits build emotional strength. The mind you train in calm moments becomes the mind you trust in difficult moments. But even a trained mind struggles when it creates emotional meaning out of ordinary events. Stoics learned to see reality without distortion. Your mind is a storyteller. It creates meaning, often without evidence. Someone doesn't reply and you assume they're upset. Someone cancels plans and you assume it's about you. Someone is distant and you assume they're losing interest. Someone speaks sharply and you assume it's your fault. But in many cases, none of this is true. The emotion came from interpretation, not reality. Stoics practiced seeing events exactly as they were, not worse, not deeper, not emotionally inflated. Imagine how different your day would feel if you didn't take things personally that weren't personal. If you didn't add heavy meaning to simple moments. If you didn't assume negative intentions where none existed. When you see things clearly, your emotions stop attacking you. You realize that most of your suffering came not from the moment itself, but from the story your mind built around it. Clarity is emotional freedom. But clarity becomes powerful only when combined with the identity of someone who stays calm under pressure. At some point, everyone reaches a moment where they get tired of being easily shaken. Tired of overthinking messages? Tired of reacting to every tone? Tired of being emotionally pulled in every direction? Tired of losing their peace over things that don't deserve it? That's when identity becomes important. Stoics didn't just practice calm, they became people who were known for it. They made "I stay steady" part of their character. And once it became identity, everything flowed from it. Imagine waking up and choosing to be the grounded one today. The person who doesn't snap. The person who doesn't overreact. The person whose peace cannot be stolen easily. The person whose inner stability becomes their quiet influence. When you identify as someone steady, your mind begins to act like it. You talk differently. You think differently. Your reactions slow. Your intentions sharpen. Chaos feels less threatening. You start trusting yourself again. Identity doesn't make you invincible. It makes you consistent. Now, let's pull everything together into one Stoic formula you can use every day. Stoics had a simple flow that kept them calm in moments most people lose control. It starts with a pause. The moment you interrupt emotional momentum. Then you observe. You notice what you're feeling without letting it define you. Then you decide. You choose the response that reflects strength, not impulse. Pause, observe, decide. You can use it anywhere. Before replying to a message, before reacting to a tone, before assuming something is personal, before letting insecurity take over, before letting your past shape your present. This flow gives you time. Time gives you clarity. Clarity gives you power. And power gives you calm. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. Until one day you realize you didn't react the way you used to. You didn't panic. You didn't spiral. You didn't break. That's the moment you see how far you've come. Calm doesn't mean nothing affects you. Calm means nothing controls you. Life won't become easier just because you want it to. People will still disappoint you. Unexpected things will still happen. Some days will still feel heavier than others. But now you have tools you didn't have before. You've learned to stop trying to control what isn't yours. You've learned the power of pausing before reacting. You've learned to prepare your mind for the unpredictable. You've learned how to feel emotion without becoming the emotion. You've learned to train calm daily. You've learned to see events clearly instead of emotionally twisting them. And you've learned to step into the identity of someone who stays steady, even when life moves quickly. Calm isn't weakness. Calm is mastery. Calm is choosing clarity over chaos. Calm is knowing who you are even when the moment tries to shake you. And from this day forward, you walk through your life with a strength that feels quiet on the outside but unbreakable on the inside. You are no longer easily moved. You are no longer at the mercy of the moment. You are steady. You are grounded. You are becoming the version of yourself you once needed. You are stoic. You are clear. You are emotionally untouchable. If this helped you build a stronger mind, tap like, hit subscribe, and follow Stickology World so you never miss a new mindset upgrade. And if you want even deeper clarity, check out the Stickology World playlist, hours of videos that strengthen your thoughts and sharpen your emotional world, one simple stick figure at a time. Stickology World. Life makes more sense in stick figure.